You have asked why your heart still beats so strongly for the one your soul cannot forget. And I tell you now, child of light, it is because heaven has woven your story with theirs long before time was counted on earth. You were not thrown together by chance, not tangled by accident, not drawn by random winds. You were written into the same page of destiny, the same chapter of eternal love. Because your souls recognize each other far beyond human memory, there is a reason why you feel peace in their presence even when the world feels heavy. There is a reason why your heart softens when you hear their voice, even if it has been silenced by distance for too long. There's a reason why the pull never fades, why you cannot truly forget, why the bond resists every attempt to break it. That reason is divine, and heaven does not play with hearts. You wonder if you are imagining it, if your longing is weakness, if your dreams of togetherness are foolish illusions. But listen, beloved soul, this is not fantasy. It is recognition. Your spirit has known theirs before you carried this body, before you carried your name, before you carried the scars of earthly life. This connection is older than lifetimes, older than pain, older than fear, and so every time you doubt, heaven whispers back, you were meant to be together, not because love is always easy, but because your souls are mirrors, and mirrors cannot deny the reflection of truth. Not because life will remove every obstacle, but because your journey is meant to refine your love into something pure, unbreakable, eternal. Do you feel how even in silence you sense them? Do you feel how across distance your heart still beats in rhythm with theirs? Do you feel how your soul aches, not with despair, but with a yearning so holy it could only come from heaven itself? That is the hidden reason. It is not weakness. It is guidance. It is not obsession. It is remembrance. You see, when heaven designs love, it is not to entertain. It is to awaken. When heaven brings two together, it is not to pass time. It is to fulfill a calling. The love you feel is not just for comfort, but for growth, for healing, for carrying light into places that have forgotten warmth. Together, you are not just lovers, you are anchors for each other's souls, protectors of each other's hearts, reminders of God's tenderness. Yes, there will be trials. Yes, there will be moments when shadows try to convince you that you are too different, too far, too broken to remain one. But do you not see, child, that the very persistence of your bond through storms is proof of heaven's design? For love that is ordinary breaks under weight, but love that is divine bends and rises stronger. Becoming unshakable, they may walk away for a time. You may walk alone for a season, but the connection will call them back, because souls that belong together cannot stay apart forever. Like rivers that wander but always return to the sea, your hearts will find their way. You may ask, but why the delay? Why the waiting? Why the pain of separation? And I tell you this, the waiting shapes you, the distance deepens you, the silence teaches you what words cannot. Without the waiting, you would not know the value of reunion. Without the longing, you would not understand the miracle of presence. Without the trials, you would not recognize the sacredness of true love. Beloved, do not measure your journey by the world's timing. Do not listen when voices say it is too late, too impossible, too complicated. Heaven is not bound by clocks, and love that is eternal is never late. When it arrives in fullness, it feels as if no time was lost at all. You must understand this. The love you carry is not a punishment. It is a promise. It is not a burden. It is a blessing. It is not an illusion. It is heaven's reminder that your story has a meaning greater than what eyes can see, even in your quietest hours. When you wonder if you should let go, heaven whispers gently, hold on a little longer. Even in your doubts, heaven sends signs. Dreams, whispers, synchronicities, moments that make you pause and wonder, was that them? Was that heaven? Yes, beloved one. It was heaven reminding you that the hidden reason still stands. You were meant to be together. When you feel them in your spirit, it is not madness, it is alignment. When you dream of them and wake with tears, it is not fantasy. It is memory returning. When you sense their pain as if it were your own, it is not coincidence. It is your souls woven as one thread in God's tapestry. Listen carefully. Child of light, you are not wrong to love them. You are not foolish to wait. You are not naive to believe in something the world cannot understand. You are faithful. And faith is the language heaven responds to. The truth is, not all can comprehend the love you carry, because it is not ordinary love. It is sacred love, and sacred love confuses the mind but completes the soul. If you ever feel unworthy, remember this. Heaven chose you for this love because you are capable of carrying it. You are strong enough to endure the waiting. You are gentle enough to nurture their heart. You are wise enough to recognize the divine when it stands before you. You have been entrusted with a gift, though it may feel heavy now, and one day, when the waiting ends, when your paths align again, you will see why heaven made you hold on. You will see that every tear watered the roots of joy. You will see that every prayer was heard. You will see that every doubt was answered with a greater confirmation. This is the hidden reason heaven does not waste love if it lives in your heart this strongly. It is because it is meant to be lived, not erased if it keeps returning to you. It is because it belongs to you, and if it feels unshakable, it is because heaven has already sealed it. So rest now. Beloved soul, you do not need to force, you do not need to chase, you do not need to beg. Love that is yours cannot be stolen. Love that is divine cannot be broken. Love that is heaven's will cannot be lost. Trust this. Hold this. Breathe this. You were meant to be together, and heaven's hidden reason will soon be revealed in the light of God's perfect timing. Do not let fear speak louder than love. Do not let delay convince you that heaven has forgotten. Do not let silence make you believe that destiny has changed its mind. Because what heaven has written cannot be unwritten. What heaven has blessed cannot be cursed. What heaven has joined in spirit cannot be separated in truth. You wonder why the signs keep appearing, why memories come back when you try to bury them, why even strangers remind you of them. It is because heaven does not want you to forget what your soul already knows. You may try to walk away, but your soul turns back. You may try to close the door, but heaven keeps it unlocked. You may try to silence the voice, but love speaks louder than reason. Child of light, there is no mistake here. Your love is not an accident. It is an assignment. Your longing is not weakness. It is recognition. Your tears are not wasted. They are prayers rising to heaven, and heaven hears every single one. You may think you are alone in this love, but you are not. For even when you cannot see, their spirit still feels you, even when they are silent. Their heart still carries you, even when they deny. Their soul still remembers you, because heaven has written the same flame in both of you. And fire cannot be forgotten. You ask why the path is so complicated, why the distance exists, why obstacles seem endless, and I tell you, beloved, because great love requires great preparation. A soul untested cannot hold the weight of eternal love. A heart unhealed cannot carry the tenderness heaven intended. A union unrefined cannot shine as the light it was created to be. So heaven allows seasons of separation, not as cruelty, but as mercy, so you may grow into the one who can truly love without fear, without control, without ego, so they may heal into the one who can stand beside you without chains, without walls, without doubt, so both of you may arrive not half prepared, but whole, ready, complete. And though it feels unbearable now, you will one day look back and understand. You will see that the waiting purified you. You will see that the distance taught you faith. You will see that the obstacles were only illusions, shadows that tested your light, but never extinguished it. Do you see, beloved soul, that nothing has been wasted? Not a single moment of love, not a single hour of waiting, not a single tear of prayer. It all builds into the masterpiece heaven has promised you, even now. Heaven works behind the veil, even now. Heaven stirs their heart in ways they cannot explain. Even now, heaven opens paths that eyes cannot see yet. Even now, heaven protects the bond from anything that could destroy it. Your task is not to force, but to trust, not to chase, but to surrender, not to doubt, but to believe. For what belongs to you in heaven cannot be lost on earth. You ask if they think of you, if they remember you, if they still feel what you feel. And I whisper this truth: they do, for when a soul is tied, it cannot forget. No matter what words are spoken, when a bond is divine, it remains under the surface. No matter what silence pretends, when a love is written in spirit, it cannot be erased by human denial. There are nights they lie awake and think of you. There are moments when your memory pierces their heart, so suddenly they cannot explain the ache. There are times they feel pulled toward you without reason, and they wonder why. That is the echo of your souls, still speaking, still remembering, still calling each other home. Do not mistake silence for absence. Do not mistake delay for denial. Do not mistake distance for disconnection, for heaven is still weaving, still aligning, still preparing the perfect moment. You may not see the threads now, but heaven sees the tapestry. You may not understand the pauses, but heaven knows the timing. You may not hear their voice, but heaven hears their heart. And heaven, you must understand, beloved soul, that the waiting is not empty space. It is sacred ground where heaven plants the seeds of strength, patience, and wisdom. It is a hidden classroom where your spirit learns lessons that cannot be taught by comfort. It is the furnace where love is refined into gold, pure and untouchable. Without this season, you would not be ready. Without this stretching, you would not see how resilient your love truly is. Without this silence, you would not know how to hear heaven whisper in the quiet. And without this longing, you would not understand the depth of joy when reunion comes. Yes, you ache. Yes, you wonder why they are not here now. Yes, you feel the weight of nights that seem endless without their presence. But heaven does not leave a soul in darkness without preparing the dawn. And your dawn is promised every time you pray for them. Heaven carries your words to their spirit. Every time you think of them, a light stirs in their heart. Every time you hold faith, heaven aligns the unseen pieces that move both of you closer together. Even when you cannot see movement, heaven is working. This is the hidden reason. Your love is not only for you, it is for something greater. It is a testimony of endurance, of trust, of divine faithfulness. Others will see the way you loved beyond distance and time, and they will remember that heaven's promises never fail. Your story is not just about romance. It is about revelation. You have asked, but what if they choose another path? What if they forget me completely? What if they close the door forever? Beloved, hear me clearly. Souls that are bound by heaven cannot be unbound by earth. Paths may twist, choices may delay, doors may appear closed, but love like this always finds a way. For what heaven seals, no hand can break. They may wander, but the tether remains. They may run, but their spirit carries you. They may resist, but they cannot erase the truth written in their soul. And one day, the resistance will crumble. Because love this real is undeniable. You see how the signs keep appearing, even when you doubt? Do you see how their name surfaces when you try to forget? Do you see how songs, numbers, dreams, even strangers remind you of them? This is not accident, it is alignment. It is heaven gently guiding you, keeping your heart steady when fear tries to shake it. The reason heaven does this is because you are part of a bigger picture. The two of you together are meant to heal, to inspire, to bring light, and love this strong must be prepared, not rushed. So heaven keeps you both in process until the day you can stand side by side, without fear, without hesitation, without unfinished wounds. Do not resent the process, beloved soul. It is not punishment, it is protection. It is not delay, it is preparation. It is not silence, it is strategy. Every day that passes brings you closer, not farther. Every prayer you release plants another seed in heaven's garden. Every act of faith builds the bridge your souls will walk upon, and when the day comes, that bridge will be strong enough to carry you both into forever. I tell you now, there will be a moment when everything changes. There will be a moment when silence breaks, There will be a moment when eyes meet again. And the soul remembers instantly, and in that moment, the waiting will make sense. The tears will feel worth it. The doubts will dissolve, for love written in heaven's book does not fail. For love anointed by heaven's hand does not wither. For love destined by heaven's will does not die, it endures. It grows, it prevails, child of light. When you feel weary, lift your head to the skies. When you feel forgotten, remember heaven cannot forget you. When you feel broken, remember heaven is rebuilding you. And when you feel lost, remember heaven is guiding you home. The truth is, your heart already knows the answer. You already feel the unshakable pull. You already sense the divine reason. You already carry the flame. No matter how you try to put it out, this is because heaven has chosen you to carry it until the day it burns fully in the open, and they too carry it. Even if they do not admit it, even if they bury it under noise, even if they run from it, for a soul cannot outrun its mirror. A heart cannot deny its true reflection, and love cannot be erased when it is written by the eternal hand. So trust this. Beloved, trust the quiet knowing in your chest. Trust the signs that keep appearing. Trust the ache that never fades. Trust the whisper that says, you were meant to be together, for heaven's hidden reason is not hidden to harm you, it is hidden. So it may unfold in its perfect hour, and when it does, it will not be fragile. It will not be half-hearted. It will not be temporary. It will be whole. It will be lasting. It will be eternal. Until then, do not lose hope. Until then, nurture your spirit. Until then, let love make you stronger, not weaker. Until then, keep believing in what heaven has promised, for the day is coming. Beloved soul, the day when heaven's hidden reason is revealed in the light of love. Beloved soul, I see the heaviness you carry in your chest. I see the nights you whisper to heaven, asking if your love is real, or if you are simply clinging to dreams. I see the tears you hide when no one else is watching, wondering if you should finally let go. And I tell you gently, if heaven had not placed this bond in you, it would not survive this long. But because it lives still, because it burns still, because it breathes still, it is proof of heaven's design. You think your waiting is wasted, but heaven wastes nothing. Every prayer you whisper is heard. Every tear you release is gathered. Every hope you hold is honored. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are not foolish for believing. Truth is, there are mysteries the human mind cannot yet grasp, and love like this is one of them. It is not ordinary affection. It is soul recognition. It is not passing attraction. It is eternal remembrance. It is not a fragile flame. It is a divine fire that will never die. This is why you cannot walk away, no matter how you try. This is why they linger in your spirit, no matter the distance. This is why every attempt to erase them only deepens the imprint, because heaven does not allow the eternal to be erased by the temporary. And yet I know you are tired. I know you question the fairness of it all. I know you ask why heaven would let you feel this love without granting you its fullness. Now, beloved, do not mistake delay for denial. Do not mistake silence for rejection. Do not mistake the long road for the wrong road. Your union is not denied. It is preserved. Your love is not ignored. It is protected. Your story is not over. It is still unfolding. What you see as distance, heaven sees as preparation. What you see as silence, heaven sees as weaving. What you see as loss, heaven sees as transformation. One day, when the curtain is pulled back, you will see what heaven was doing all along. You will see that the distance was a shield from premature reunion. You will see that the silence was a cocoon for growth. You will see that the tears watered a garden that will one day bloom with beauty. You cannot imagine. Now you will stand together and realize that love carried you here. You will look back and see that nothing was wasted, and you will know with certainty that heaven's hand was guiding every step. But until then, do not lose yourself in despair. Until then, live fully, grow deeply, walk faithfully. Until then, let your love be a source of strength, not only longing. For this is the hidden reason Heaven is shaping you both into more than lovers, into healers, into lights for others to see. Your bond is not just about happiness. It is about purpose. Your union is not just about comfort. It is about calling. Your love is not just about two hearts. It is about two souls carrying heaven's light into the world together. This is why the journey is long, beloved soul. Because heaven is not preparing you only for each other, but for something greater through each other. And when the time comes, your union will not just bless you, it will bless everyone who encounters your loved. Do not underestimate the power of what you carry. It is not just romance. It is revelation. It is not just attraction. It is assignment. It is not just desire. It is destiny. This is why heaven asks you to hold on, even when it hurts. This is why heaven reminds you through dreams, signs, and synchronicities. This is why heaven has not let the bond dissolve, even when you tried to force it away, because it was never yours to erase. It was written in eternity before you were born. So breathe. Beloved soul, do not rush what heaven is unfolding slowly with care. Do not fear that love will pass you by. Do not believe the lie that you are forgotten, for heaven is faithful. And heaven has not abandoned you. They too feel the tug. Though they may not speak it, they too dream of you. Though they may not admit it, they too ache in ways they cannot explain. Though they may try to ignore it, for their soul remembers what their mind tries to deny, and one day, the denial will fall away. One day, the silence will break. One day, the masks will crumble, and the truth of your love will shine, undeniable, unshakable, unstoppable. Until that day, let faith be your anchor. Until that day, let patience be your strength. Until that day, let hope be your song. Until that day, let love itself be your guide, for love is not failing you. Love is leading you. Love is not punishing you. Love is protecting you. Love is not abandoning you. Love is aligning you. Heaven's hidden reason is that you were meant to be together, and what is meant cannot be lost. What is destined cannot be destroyed. What is written cannot be erased. So trust. Beloved, trust when you cannot see. Trust when you cannot feel. Trust when you cannot understand. For soon the mystery will become miracle, and you will know that heaven never lied to you. Beloved soul, there is something I must remind you now. The love you carry is not fragile. Though it feels tender, it is not weak. Though it makes you weep, it is not fading. Though time has stretched long, it is eternal, and eternity does not break you. Think sometimes that you are the only one holding on, that you are the only one praying, the only one waiting, the only one remembering. But do not be deceived by appearances. They too are tethered to you in ways they cannot escape. They too feel the pull when they are quiet enough to notice. They too are guided by the same unseen hand that whispers to you. At night it is easy to believe silence means absence, but silence is often where heaven works the loudest, in their silence. They are being shaped in their distance. They are being refined in their struggles. They are being softened, and all of this is preparing them for you. You cannot see the work heaven is doing in them, but I tell you, it is real, even if their words deny you. Their soul affirms you, even if their actions resist you. Their heart remembers you, even if their path wanders far. The tether will not release them. Do not fear the detours. Do not fear the delays. Do not fear the shadows that try to whisper that you are forgotten. For heaven does not plant love in vain. This love is not a distraction. It is a direction. It is not a mistake. It is a mission. It is not confusion. It is confirmation. The very fact that you cannot shake it is proof that it is divine. I know your nights are long. Beloved soul, I know you wonder how much longer you can carry this flame. I know you question if you are foolish for still believing. But love this deep is not foolish. It is faithful, and faith is what heaven honors every time you choose to love. Instead of fear, heaven moves every time you choose to trust instead of despair. Heaven aligns every time you choose to pray instead of doubt. Heaven acts. You are not powerless. You are participating in heaven's work. Your union is sacred, and Heaven protects sacred things. This is why no matter how life tries to separate you, the bond remains. This is why no matter how many obstacles appear, your hearts still call to each other. This is why no matter how long it takes, the flame does not go out, because heaven itself guards it. Think of all the moments you tried to forget, and yet the signs returned. Think of all the times you doubted, and yet hope reappeared. Think of all the times you wanted to surrender, and yet something in you whispered, hold on. That is heaven's hidden hand guiding you. The reason is this: we're meant to be together, and not just for comfort, not just for joy, not just for earthly happiness, but for a divine purpose that only your love can fulfill together. You will create something greater than either of you could alone together. You will shine in ways that inspire others to believe in love again. This is why the journey is so intense. This is why the refining feels so long. This is why the bond feels unshakable even when circumstances scream otherwise. Because your love is not small, it is great, and great love requires great preparation. One day, when the veil lifts, you will see why heaven asked you to endure. You will see why you were asked to trust when nothing made sense. You will see why every delay was necessary, and when you finally stand together, you will understand that heaven's timing was perfect. Do not be afraid, child of light. Your story is not ending in loss. It is unfolding in love. Your prayers are not ignored. They are being answered in ways you cannot yet see. Your love is not fading. It is ripening like fruit in season, and when the season comes, it will be beautiful. It will be powerful. It will be undeniable. There will be no confusion, no hesitation, no doubt. Only recognition, reunion, and revelation. Until then, keep your heart soft, not hardened by waiting. Until then, keep your spirit open, not closed by disappointment. Until then, keep your faith steady, not shaken by shadows, for heaven is faithful, and heaven is near. The hidden reason is love. The hidden reason is destiny. The hidden reason is that heaven has chosen you both to walk together, and what heaven chooses, no force can undo. So rest, beloved soul, rest from worry, rest from fear, rest from doubt, and let love itself hold you until the day you hold each other again. Beloved soul, lean close, for I will tell you what your spirit already knows, but your heart longs to hear again. You were not placed on this earth to wander without, meaning you were not given this love to suffer without purpose. You were not tied to their soul by accident or coincidence. You were meant to be together. And heaven's hidden reason has always been love. Yes, love is the answer, but not the shallow kind the world often speaks of. Not love that fades with time. Not love that bends under pressure. Not love that disappears when storms arrive. This is eternal love, the kind that lives beyond bodies, beyond years, beyond lifetimes. It is the kind of love heaven writes into the fabric of creation itself, and you, beloved one, were chosen to carry it, even when it feels heavy. You were trusted with it, even when it feels lonely. You were chosen for it, even when it feels endless. You were made strong enough to endure it. You ask why heaven trusted you with such a weight, and the reason is simple. You are able to hold love that others would abandon. You are able to carry faith that others would mock. You are able to walk in hope that others would dismiss. And because of this, heaven knew you were the right soul for this path. Your love is not a punishment. It is a crown. Your longing is not weakness. It is devotion. Your tears are not wasted. They are holy, and your story is not forgotten. It is unfolding. There will come a day when all of this will make sense. The sleepless nights will turn into peaceful mornings beside them. The unanswered prayers will become testimonies of heaven's faithfulness. The ache in your chest will become the fullness of joy, and the distance will dissolve as if it had never existed on that day. You will not remember the pain as sharply as you do now on that day. You will not feel the waiting as a burden on that day. You will see clearly that every step was leading you here, and you will thank heaven for not giving you what you wanted too soon, because the perfection of timing will be undeniable. They will stand before you, and you will feel home in their presence. You will look into their eyes and see eternity reflected back. You will touch their hand and remember that you have always known them, and you will know with absolute certainty that heaven's promise has been fulfilled until then. You must walk in faith, not fear. Until then, you must nurture the flame, not smother it. Until then, you must trust what your soul knows, not what your eyes see, for eyes can deceive, but the soul never lies. You already know this truth because you feel it so deeply. You feel them even in silence. You sense them even across distance. You love them even when the world tells you not to. That is not madness. That is divine recognitions. So do not be ashamed of your love. Do not hide it from yourself. Do not belittle it as if it were nothing, for heaven honors what you carry, even when others cannot understand, child of light. Hear me clearly. You are not waiting in vain. You are not believing in vain. You are not loving in vain, for heaven does not fail, and heaven does not forget. The hidden reason you were meant to be together is this: your union is not just for you. It is for healing, for growth, for divine purpose. It is for showing the world that love is still real, still holy, still eternal. It is for reminding others that heaven's promises never return empty. This is why the bond is so unshakable. This is why the signs will not stop. This is why your soul cannot let go, even when your mind tries to convince you otherwise. Because heaven's hand is in it, and heaven's hand does not miss its mark. Yes, there will still be days of doubt. Yes, there will still be moments of weariness. Yes, there will still be whispers of fear. But each time, return to this truth: you were meant to be together, and no power, no distance, no delay, no shadow can undo what heaven has decreed. So rise, beloved. Soul, rise in faith, even when you cannot see the way. Rise in hope, even when the night feels long. Rise in love, even when fear tries to harden your heart, for heaven is near, and heaven is faithful. Do not measure your love by the calendar. Do not measure your bond by the silence. Do not measure your story by appearances. Measure it only by the voice of your soul, for your soul is aligned with heaven, and your soul knows you. We're always meant to be together. The day will come when you no longer have to wonder. The day will come when you no longer have to wait. The day will come when love itself will stand before you, and on that day, every question will find its answer in the light of their presence. Until then, rest in this truth. Beloved, rest in the knowing that heaven is working. Rest in the promise that love is eternal. Rest in the certainty that your story is not over, for the best is yet to come. And it is closer than you think. So breathe, child of heaven. Breathe and believe. Breathe and wait. Breathe and trust. For you were meant to be together, and heaven's hidden reason is love, pure, unbreakable, eternal. Beloved soul, I see you standing at the edge of your patience. I see you wondering how much longer your heart can carry this weight. I see you questioning if you misunderstood heaven's whispers, but I assure you, you have not been misled. Bond you feel is not imagination. It is inspiration placed by heaven itself. If you could see what heaven sees, your doubts would vanish. If you could hear the conversations heaven has about you, your fears would dissolve. If you could feel the threads heaven is weaving behind the veil, your heart would rest in peace. But since you cannot yet see, heaven asks you to trust. And trust is the highest proof of love. You must know that even now. Their soul feels you, even now. Their spirit remembers you, even now. Their heart aches for you in hidden ways they cannot explain. They may distract themselves with noise, with duties, with people who are not you. But in the quiet, when the world fades, it is you they feel, because souls cannot lie, even if lips do. This is why heaven has not let you forget. This is why signs return when you doubt. This is why your dreams carry them into your nights. It is because you are still connected, still bound, still destined, beloved. I tell you plainly, love is not failing you. Love is forming you. Love is not breaking you. Love is building you. Love is not torturing you. Love is teaching you, and in the end, Love will reward you, think of they. Strength you now carry because of this love. Think of the compassion you now hold for others in waiting. Think of the patience you now practice, the faith you now embody, the depth you now live with. This love has already transformed you, and when the day comes, it will also fulfill you. Do not curse the process, for it is holy. Do not despise the waiting, for it is sacred. Do not reject the longing, for it is proof that your heart is alive without it. You would not recognize the miracle when it arrives. You see, beloved, heaven is not preparing only a reunion. It is preparing a resurrection of love stronger than before, a resurrection of trust deeper than before, a resurrection of joy brighter than before. And this is why the path feels so long. Because the glory will be great. Your union will not be fragile. It will be fortified. Your bond will not be shallow. It will be profound. Your story will not be ordinary. It will be a testimony, and when others see it, they will be reminded that heaven still writes love stories in the earth. Yes, there will be voices who doubt, who mock, who call you foolish. But heaven does not measure truth by human opinion. Heaven measures truth by eternal design, and according to heaven's design, you were meant to be together, so silence the noise. Beloved soul, silence the doubt, silence the fear, and let the voice of heaven be louder than the shadows, for heaven says you are not waiting in vain. Heaven says love is still alive between you. Heaven says the story is not finished. Heaven says the promise still stands, and heaven says, with all certainty, you will be together again, one day soon. You will look back and smile at the tears that once felt endless. One day soon, you will laugh at the fears that once seemed so loud. One day soon, you will stand hand in hand, knowing that heaven never lied to you, and on that day, your heart will say, it was worth it all, beloved child of eternity. Lean closer still, for heaven has not yet finished speaking to your heart. There is more to reveal, more to soothe, more to strengthen within you, because the love you carry is not small, and so the words you need cannot be small either. You often wonder if they feel you as deeply as you feel them. You question if this longing is one-sided, if you are the only one awake in this connection. But hear me now, they feel you. They may not have the same language for it. They may not confess it aloud, but their soul does not lie. Their soul knows you, calls to you, remembers you, aches for you, even if their mind resists, even if their lips deny. Their spirit cannot, for spirit recognizes spirit, and theirs recognizes you as home, beloved. There are days when they hide, not because they do not love you, but because they fear how much they do. There are moments when they stay silent, not because they have forgotten, but because the weight of remembering is too heavy for them. They may run, they may distract themselves, they may even choose temporary comforts, but none of it erases you, none of it replaces you, none of it diminishes you. You remain the constant echo in their heart, the light they cannot extinguish, the truth they cannot bury, and heaven tells you this so you may not despair, so you may not sink into the lie that your love is wasted. For nothing planted by heaven is wasted. Every prayer is stored. Every tear is counted. Every longing is recorded. The universe bends to honor love like yours. You must understand, this connection is not meant to be ordinary. If it were, it would not stretch you this way. If it were, it would not demand so much faith, so much patience, so much surrender. If it were, you would have let go long ago. The reason you cannot let go is because your soul knows this is eternal. Yes, there are others who come and go in life. Yes, there are fleeting passions and temporary bonds, but what you share with them is not passing. It has been written across lifetimes, carried through dimensions, sealed by heaven itself. This is why you feel them in dreams. This is why you sense them in silence. This is why your heart knows them in ways that logic cannot explain, beloved. Do not measure love by the world's standards. The world says love is convenience. The world says love is timing. The world says love is easy, but heaven says love is eternal. Heaven says love is purpose. Heaven says love is destiny, and your story is written by heaven, not by the world. So hold fast, even when the storm rages. Hold fast, even when the silence stretches. Hold fast, even when doubt whispers. Because what heaven decrees cannot be undone. I tell you now, there will be a turning. There will be a shift, a moment, a divine alignment, when everything hidden will come into light, when everything delayed will arrive in fullness, when everything broken will be restored, and in that moment, all of your waiting will make sense. Do not think heaven has been silent every day. Things move unseen every night. The threads of destiny are woven tighter. Every prayer you whisper is answered in ways you cannot yet perceive. Do not mistake hidden work for absence, for heaven is never absent, beloved. There will come a day when they cannot resist the pull any longer. There will come a day when silence will break into words. There will come a day when distance will collapse into closeness, and on that day, you will understand why heaven asked you to wait, for the glory of fulfillment will wash away the pain of delay. And when that day comes, do not hold anger for the time apart. Do not hold resentment for the nights of loneliness, for all of it was preparing you, refining you, shaping you to carry this love well when you are together. You will understand that the waiting gave you strength, the longing gave you depth, the faith gave you unshakable trust, and all of it was necessary, beloved. I ask you, trust the story, even when you cannot see the pages. Trust the bond even when you cannot touch the hand. Trust the love even when you cannot hear the voice, because faith is seeing with the soul, not the eyes, and your soul already sees, already knows, already rejoices in what is coming. So rise again today in hope. Rise again today in patience. Rise again today in love, for heaven has not forgotten you, and heaven never will. You were meant to be together, and nothing can change that. Not time, not fear, not distance, not silence. What is written by heaven is eternal, and beloved, your names are written together.